gentle and restorative practice for this week and a way that we're going to be upstarting this new year. I did a practice earlier this week that talked about the forecast energetically according to astrology, numerology, but also some psychic and channeling predictions for the upcoming year. That was a whole different practice, but I do want to acknowledge that 2024 is the numerical code 8. You add 2 plus 2 plus 4, so the 4 plus 4 equals 8. There's a lot to this number, but I'm just going to talk about a couple things with this number. It is a number of empowerment. It's a number about strength. It's also a number about growth. If you look at the numeral 8, you know, it's got the 2 circles, but if you turn it sideways, it looks like the sign of infinity. So with it being the sign of infinity, it relates us back to infinity itself. It represents connecting to the higher power. And so we're being called this year to show up for things with all of our heart, to be aligned to light, to be aligned with the divine, and most importantly, to be aligned with our own truth and integrity. So with that being said about aligning to truth and integrity and it being an empowering time, it's a year to also take action. A year to take action so that we're stepping into our potential. So I want to bring up a little bit of an example. So yesterday was actually the first, and I taught 2 classes at the studio, and I came racing back home because my football team was playing, and it's Tennessee Volunteers. They were playing in a bowl game. And I was actually nervous going into this game because, first of all, I was going to miss the first half. Second of all, my son had just told me that our quarterback was going to sit out of this bowl game because he is graduating as a senior. He's being put into the NFL draft. And I guess he wanted to make sure that he wasn't injured from the game. And so he bowed out. Well, that's putting our backup quarterback, you know, into the bowl game, who really did not have a lot of practice time or experience this season as a freshman, even though he's got incredible stats. So my son and I were nervous going into this game thinking, oh my goodness, and we've got a whole different quarterback now. How is this chemistry going to go? Like, we're probably going to lose. You know, we were kind of thinking on the negative side of things. And on my way home, my son's texting me and he's saying, hey, we're up 7. Oh, we're up 14. And he was like, our quarterback looks really good. And so I was able to watch the rest of the game, and all the announcers and the coach at the end, because we ended up winning 35-0 against a better team, actually. And so we were actually the underdog going in. But what I was able to witness and what we were hearing from the announcers and the coach was the poise, the confidence, the integrity of this quarterback, Nico. And his whole family was there to watch the game, not just his parents, but his siblings and even his niece. And it was just a beautiful thing to witness. I think he's Polynesian. And, you know, so his mother put a lei around his neck after the game. And it was just a really beautiful thing to witness and to watch, and exciting because he's a freshman, and it makes us even look forward to the next season. So for me, I felt like, oh my God, he's the epitome of the number 8, stepping into your potential, finally getting to take action, and then having success from it. So the number 8 is also about abundance. And if we're aligning to our integrity, if we're aligning to our values, if we are aligning to the light and to the love as we show up in the world, this is the year where we can start to attract more and reap the rewards of what we've been working for, maybe up till now, or what we'll be working for this year. So that's some positive and optimistic news and outlook about some of the energy for this year. And I'll share more a little bit later. But let's get started on the mat. We'll start sitting and breathing. So when you come to sit, rest at the edge of the bolster so your knees kind of tip downward. And if you're at home and don't have a bolster, you can use some sort of toss pillow. We're going to begin with some pranayama, some breath control. And funny enough, this comes from football too. There was someone caught during the games yesterday who came out onto the field pregame, took off his shoes, got grounded, sat on the sideline in a meditation seat like this, and he had the mudra up to his face. And so it was very clear to me he was working with his breath in order to balance the two hemispheres of the brain, in order to find mental focus and to come into a state of harmony. So that's what we're going to work with here. So if you take, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, you take your first two fingers of your dominant hand to your brow. Now your ring finger and pinky finger can even loop together or stack together if that's a possibility for you. Sometimes that takes a little bit of brain and muscle power. And you're going to keep the nose open at first, taking a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And then close the right side of the nose with your thumb. Inhale through the left. At the top of the in-breath, close the left nostril, lift up your thumb, breathe out right. Breathe in right. Breathe out left. In left. Swap the fingers, breathe out right. The same side that you breathe out, breathe in. Swap the fingers and exhale. Same side, inhale. Switch and exhale. In right. Out left. In left. Out right. One more round. Breathe in. Breathe out to the left. And remove the mudra from the face. And then quietly come down to your backs, bending both knees and resting your hands on your upper abdomen. We're going to focus on the right side first. Breathing in. Breathe out. Take half butterfly to the right, rolling to the outer edge of the foot. Inhale, turn the knee skyward. Exhale, wing the knee open. Inhale, come back to the sole of the right foot. And then exhale, roll to the pinky side of the foot. Inhale, knee lifts. Exhale, half butterfly to the right. 3 more. Now that you've turned open again on the right side, be here. Stationing the body in this position, acknowledging whether or not you need a block underneath the knee. Maybe you want to hang out and just really feel the stretch and that pull of gravity. Feel the belly bellowing beneath your hands. Stay with that rhythmic flow of your breath, establishing a cadence. And then inhale, turn the right knee up, and exhale, we'll take it to the left. So wing the left knee open and apart. And then inhale, draw it back to center. Exhale, roll to the knife edge side of the foot. Inhale, pick it back up. And so just flow with your breath here. Now let the left knee hang open. Rest and breathe. Noticing any subtle or grand differences between the sides. Knowing where you're storing or holding in your body. Draw the knee back up and fly the feet up overhead and your arms release to the sides. Simple waterfall, and then exhale, split the legs apart, Konasana. Inhale, simple waterfall, legs joined together, and exhale, hug them into the belly and chest. Let's let this be our new flow. Inhale, simple waterfall. Exhale, separate the feet. Inhale, draw them together. Exhale, hug into the belly and chest. Remember, when we get into flows, it can become common to focus mainly on the body mechanics and the shapes, but we still want the primary emphasis to be the breath. So we're purposely trying to open up our lung capacity, those long, slow, deep breaths allow us to move at a slower and more deliberate pace. This actually advances our yoga. A lot of people have the misconception that when you go to, like, say, a power yoga class where there's heat involved and it's fast paced, that is somehow more advanced, but that's actually not true. Now hold and hug your knees in and be stationed here for a few breaths. We're going to change up the flow in a moment. We're going to first take tree frog, which is separating the knees. So there's a wide gap between the legs. Inhale. Now extend your limbs into an X shape or star shape. Exhale, tree frog. Catching the shins, thighs stay apart. Inhale to the star shape or pentacle pose. Exhale to tree frog. Slow, cautious, deliberate movements. Now stay in tree frog, cupping or holding your knees or shins. And then fly the feet up and catch them with your hands. So you're in happy baby pose. Try to pull down to the feet. At the same time, press down through your sacrum. Inhale, extend your right limbs, but let them hover. Exhale, pull the abdomen in, lift the head and chest up. Lightning bolt. Return, head down, catch the right foot. Happy baby. Inhale, extend your left limbs. Exhale, squeeze the core, lift your head off the ground, lightning bolt. Lower the head, catch the left foot. This is our new flow. Extend the right limbs. Pump up as you breathe out. Inhale, drop back down. Exhale, be here. Inhale, extend the left limbs. Exhale, pump up, look out. Inhale, lower the head, catch the left foot. Exhale, happy baby. Inhale, right limbs extend and hover. Exhale, lift your head and neck. Lower back down. Extend your left limbs. Exhale, pump and lift. Come back to happy baby. And then close the legs together, wind release. Hands are going to shoot up underneath the crease of the knees. Kick your feet up and rock and roll forward and back on your spine. Some days I suggest not rolling to the head or the feet to do a little bit more core work, but not necessary today. If you want to land your feet, that's fine. All right, the next time you come to sit, we're going to try to go towards toe balance. So come in it however you need to. I'm just going to give myself a lift from behind and then walk the hands out in front. That may or may not work for you. If you need to lean forward for balance sake, just keep your hands on the floor. But if you want to test your hand at balance, stack your hands to your legs. And then slowly back up your torso. So you're aligning head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Bring the hands down, drop your heels down, straighten out through your legs. And hello, hamstrings. It's probably what you're gonna notice the most. Dip your weight forward towards the top of the mat. Let your upper body valve free. Focus on your exhalations. All right, inhale. We're gonna press the feet down, sweep the arms up overhead, gaze up, and we're gonna recite Sat. Exhale, swan dive down and recite Nam. Coming up, Sat. Down, Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. One more. Sat. Nam. Be here. Uttanasana. Satnam means I am truth. Truth is my name. Truth is my identity. And integrity aligns us with our values and truth. Inhale, slide your hands up to that hip crease, shoulders back, elbows in. Create a 90-degree angle with your body. Feel as though you're almost going to tip forward. That way your sits bones are aligned over your ankles. All right, bend the knees, thigh bones back, hands to heart, pick up your chest. Little cameo from Paris there. From your Utkatasana, we're going to step the right foot back, plant the foot, drop your arms, and then ensure, again, head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, palms face the wall that you are. And then exhale, lunge the knee, but try not to lean your chest. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms reach up. Exhale, keep the spine vertical as you lunge the knee and bring the hands down. Good. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, lunge the front knee, tip forward to step the right foot ahead and lower down and in. Uttanasana. Affirming nothing and no one on this earth can hold me down or back. I'm ready to rise up to my full potential. Inhale, slide your hands up the legs to the hip crease, shoulders back, chest broad, look down below the face. Now exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, hands to heart, Utkatasana. Step your left foot back, plant the foot, and then realign your spine. Let your arms come down. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms rise. Exhale, lunge the knee, the arms descend. Doing this with repetition. Flowing with your personal breath. And the next time you build the arms up and straighten the front leg, you're going to exhale, bend the knee, touch down with your hands or blocks, step the back foot forward, and let go. All right, we're using this pattern today. Hands slide up to the hip crease, 90-degree angle with the body, torso parallel to the floor. Then bend the knees, lift the head and heart, and bring your hands together to prayer. Step back with your right foot, and then slowly erect the spine. Bring your arms in front, and try your best to keep that front thigh stable and not wobbly, okay? And we're moving from the waist up, taking the arms in an open twist to the right, and then sweeping them to a revolving twist to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Keep this going. The arms are very fluid and no longer stiff. So like bend in the elbows. You can swish in your wrists. Your fingers can even slightly curl. So there's no right or wrong there. All right, inhale, come back to center. Arms fly up. Exhale. Step forward and bow out. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, hands to heart. Step the left foot back. Erect the spine. Stabilize through your feet and legs. Extend your arms, but then open twist to the left as you breathe in. Revolving twist to the right, more limited as you breathe out. The arms have almost like a Tai Chi element to it. Last one. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, tip forward, step to the top, drop down and in. All right, we're about to do a warrior that's a little bit harder than what we've done. So let's slide the hands up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, and step the right foot back. Erect the spine. All right, the left arm's gonna cross behind our back and the right arm below that. Now, the reason why this is gonna be a little bit more challenging today is we're gonna focus on the pressure and heaviness in the feet. And that's gonna require some deliberate action on our part. So really plug that right foot down as you hinge forward to humble the warrior. And then to come up, push heavily through your front foot to rise. Exhale, push heavy through your back foot to descend. Push heavy through the front foot to ascend. Just one more, because this is harder if you're really making this applicable. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. All right, step to the front. Release. We got one more side, and then we'll switch it up. I'm halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, and step back for warrior. Erecting the spine. This time the right arm threads first, and the left arm below. When you're ready, push heavily down through the back foot and fold forward. To come up, put the emphasis on the right foot to rise. Emphasis on the left foot to lower. Emphasis on the right foot to come back up. One more. Good, bring the arms overhead. Now let's come to plank. Let's bring the hands down, step into plank. Exhale, push back, down dog. Inhale, sink to your knees. Keep your toes tucked today, and exhale, push back into mecha pose. Inhale, forward into the hands. Exhale, pluck the knees off the ground. Inhale, be established in plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to the knees. Exhale, push back mecha. Inhale, forward into the hands. Exhale, lift the knees. Inhale, be plank. Exhale, down dog. All right, now come back to your knees. Untuck the toes a minute and sit back, because I want you to consider something. We've been talking about aligning to integrity, part of our truth. So this is what I was emphasizing in the studio today. Not all of us are going to be as strong in this next pose, especially if you've had a break through the holidays, especially if you've had an uprise in your sugar, especially since it's colder outside in these winter months. So just be aware when we come into this pose, and we're going to keep the toes curled. We're bringing the torso forward and lowering towards the ground and then pushing back up. But if you drop so low and you're feeling weak and you can't get your arms straight again or lift back up, you're pushing yourself too much and you're not aligning to that integrity. So Sat Nam. All right, so it's Sat Nam. If you can only do a micro bend and then come up, do that, because the repetition will get you stronger. Notice the elbows are bending back towards the hips. All right, so these little mini push-ups will work. And if you're stronger and want to drop and hover above the floor and then power up, you can give yourself that challenge. But where should you be? Not where you think you should be or where you want to be, but where is your strength? Honor it. All right, untuck the toes. Drop back into child's pose. I have 2 more flows that I'd like us to do before restorative. All right, here we go. Inhale, come forward. Down to the belly. Reach the arms out in front of you. We're going to do Superman style to start with, but we're actually going to be doing the activity of a swimming locust. So that means right arm, head, chest, left leg lifts. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm, head, chest, right leg lifts. Exhale, release. Inhale, right arm, head, chest, left leg lifts. Exhale, release. Continue alternating sides. Up on the inhale, down on the exhale. Now, hands up underneath the shoulders. Push up through table. Line your limbs properly. And we're not doing cow, okay? Because we just did back bends. So just as we were doing a back bend and then creating a neutral spine in that previous flow, this is going to be our neutral spine here. But then we're going to exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, neutralize the spine. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, neutral back. Exhale, cat stretch. Couple more. This is like our counter flow. All right. Our final flow is right leg out. Stargazer to start. Right arm sweeps up. Exhale, thread under the waist. Now try to keep that left arm stacked and straight, even as you thread the right arm under the side waist. Last one. Release the right hand, right knee. Extend the left leg. And fan the left arm overhead. Stargazer. Exhale, loop it under. Inhale, open back up. Continue this repetition. Bring the left hand down, the left knee down. And our final active pose will be flipping the left hand under, thread it through, and sink down towards your left ear. Back table. Thread the needle to the other side. Lower down to the right ear. Unthread that right arm. And if you need a block to sit on rather than your heels, provide that. We're going to bring the hands to namaste at the heart with the thumbs pushing into the upper part of the breastbone. I want you to have your thumbs at your chest so that you can feel that vibration when you're speaking. And we're going to say 8 times, Sat Nam. And when we start to say this, you're not only pushing the thumbs in to activate that pressure point here, but you're also going to notice your tongue pushing into the rooftop of your mouth. And that is another acupressure point. So close your eyes. And join in. Sat Nam. 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 Relax your hands down. All right, we're going to need a bolster and blocks. And so the first one we're going to get into, and hopefully we'll have time for 2. Start with 2 blocks side by side. The bolster turned up. The legs swung over and down to your back. Now, another cool thing that I've seen people do lately, they'll even do butterfly with their feet together on top of the bolster. You don't have to do that. The legs swept over is going to be more truly restorative. The other one gives a little bit of a yin element to it. Sometimes it's nice to have the hands resting on the belly somewhere. Especially if you need a little bit more groundedness. I find that when the hands are off the body, I feel lighter. And so if your energy's been feeling heavy lately, maybe you're feeling with loss or grief or things that are weighing you down, you may prefer the arms away from the body to see if you can develop that sense of lightness and euphoria. Something small, but it can change your practice. Move inward with the idea that you are going to truly listen with the intent to hear any soft inner whispers if they arise. feeling like you don't want to move, please know that you can stay here for the remainder of the time. If you want to transition to a different pose, first hug your knees in, then roll to one side of your body. And we're going to take the bolster to the back side of the mat. And I was thinking we could do restorative fish, but again, remember the theme today is about our greatest rewards this year is going to come if we're aligned to our truth, if we're aligned to our values, if we are aligned to light and love. And it's not very loving or compassionate if you're forcing yourself to do something that your body's not ready to do. So I thought we could try the restorative fish. Remember, a toss pillow or blanket underneath your seat can lift you up from the floor if it affects your low back. Same principle here. If it's too much for your head and your neck and you need support, add a blanket or pillow on this opposite side. And then if you're trying to add in extra support and it's still not working out for you, then I would suggest just turning it long way so that your head is fully supported with your back. So wanting to end this practice opening the heart. But again, if you were in that bubbling brook pose and that feels the best, just stay. Either way, we're not really focusing on the physical heart, but more of the metaphysical and spiritual heart. Inhale, start to bend the knees and rock them side to side. And then completely roll over to one. Come on up to take a seat. So I started off in fish and I had to change it. My back felt great at first, and then about 2 or 3 minutes in, I had to change it. And so that was honoring the truth of where I'm at today. So hopefully you've been listening to your body, and hopefully you can apply this in life. Let's join the hands together to close out our practice. The light within me honors and bows to the beautiful radiant light in each of you. Namaste.